My name is Michael Zapsik from AMC's Comic Book Man. You're listening to IT in the D.
Welcome back. Thank you once again for hanging out with us. This is the one and only IT in the D show. I'm your host, Bob Waltenspiel, hanging out with co-host, producer extraordinaire, Randy Walker. Guest this week, no stranger to the program, back and better than ever. Erik Wille's in the house. You might know him from the CXO Exchange. You might know him as one of the hosts of the Great Security Debate podcast. You might know him as the CTO of Cabinetworks Group, or you might just know him as Erik from The Guy Around the Block. E for short. But you can find us. And we're going to be talking a lot of things today. Your switch and roles. We're going to be talking AI, the book you read.
Hashtag AI.
Hashtag AI for all. But we're gonna have a good conversation. You can find us online, itinthed.com. Do us a favor, give us a like on the socials, subscribe to us everywhere fine podcasts are sold.
Are you co-hosting again, or are you just a guest this time? Do you want to talk about the meetup, or do you want me to?
All of the above? I don't know. I'll do whatever you
guys. I got it. So the next Ann Arbor meetup is Tuesday, November 4th at Mothfire Brewery once again. And then the next Detroit side will be Royal Oak, November 20th at, where do we do it? Downtown Royal Oak. Bar Louie, that's the place.
Where we have to put it on Meetup yet because we still haven't.
Yeah, it'll be up by the time you listen to this episode, probably.
Yeah. And Mothfire, where there are no moths, there are no fires. Just
some beer.
Pretzel bell. Yeah, no, there's no pretzels here. Like, how do you call it pretzel bell? And there's no pretzels. I don't see a bell either. It's not like Taco Bell had that thing hanging.
Right.
Not even a bell. Get angry if you call it something it needs to be.
It's fair.
How you doing?
Doing well. Having fun.
I heard you saw the Thunderdome cage match of all time, the George Bush versus Bill Clinton.
Oh, that was interesting.
So you went to a conference and they that was, to me, that's unheard of. Usually it's like, hey, Condoleezza Rice is speaking. Hey, Michelle Obama speaking. But they literally had both of those. The duo on the stage at the same time.
And they are great together.
Are they really?
Yeah. You could tell they're good friends.
Okay.
Now, I would tell you they're 40 days apart, I think, in age, but they've aged very differently.
Well, Bill ran all the time and George was a beer drinker.
George actually was much sharper.
Oh.
He is hilarious.
Okay.
Just because he's so much like you, very witty and just quick on his feet, and just didn't matter what was thrown at him. When he originally came out, so the microphone didn't work.
Yeah.
Bring him a second mic. Still doesn't work.
Oh, no.
So he just pulled I got the point, starts walking off stage. You could tell he's just having fun, which was great.
And instead of screaming and yelling and being a
prima donna.
Yeah. Because I was thought this was going to be like Thunderdome 2 minutes or one man leave, pot shots. And
I would tell you, even as it got political, they were totally aligned.
Okay.
Because I think it's just this idea that, hey, we can have differing views.
Yeah.
We can still talk about it and work through it.
See, now that should have been broadcast on TV.
Yeah,
just
no joke.
Hey.
Look, it can be done.
It can be done. Yeah, they both went to Skull and Bones at Yale, so it's not like actually Clinton did, but I think who is it that did? Anyway, I digress. Congratulations are in order publicly. I know I texted you, but you made a switch from CISO to CTO.
CTO, yeah.
Is now you see it occasionally. I know Axel kind of went through the same thing where they're
with Laura.
With Laura, yeah, she went from I think VP of IT to CIO, and then Joe went to CISO. Anyway, but
when the music stops, whatever office you're sitting in,
is that what it is?
Yeah.
But talk to me about that switch, because I mean, obviously, when you're hyper dialed in on security, and now you have to take an overarching. Now you have infrastructure, now you have data, now you have AI crap, now you have dev, now you have supply chain. What is walk me through how your mind had to shift switching seats. Did you get to keep your same office, or did they have to move you?
I chose to move.
Oh.
So it was in proximity to our CEO.
Okay.
Which totally makes sense.
It's over the top when you flip the hat backwards, then it's you're different.
Right.
Yeah.
Just flip flop back and forth.
Right.
My wife's been telling me I have multiple personalities, so it worked. It played perfectly.
Right.
I'll tell you, the biggest transition was having been there for a couple of years and making the switch. I would have told you going into it that I had a good handle on all the projects, everything that was going on. Way farther from the truth. There was kind of a whole learning curve and understanding what all's in the pipeline, what's going on. But if you think about it, some of the core tenets from security and the innovation, security already sees the whole organization.
Okay.
Right? You have to understand context and what's going on.
Sure.
That scales. And now just getting to do it on a broader scale, instead of being the influencer on all of the different factions and pieces of IT, now you get to directly make the decision.
But like setting initiatives, that has to be different. You get debriefed different. I'm just thinking like,
I wouldn't say different. It's just bigger, right? It's broader. Because a lot of that in security leadership, you're still setting initiatives. You're kind of kept in a single lane, right?
Right.
You have to have context of the other things that are going on, but it's just, you're doing it in a smaller piece of the overall puzzle. So yes, that expands, but the core tenets of leadership totally scale, right?
Sure.
If we're talking empowering people, listening, working with teamwork, it all just scales. It's just more people across multiple avenues now.
But now, yeah, because I would think like the vendors that now you have to look at and talk to is
more actually less or not. The cold calls haven't ramped up yet. I'm still getting the security cold calls.
I mean, I
it's a matter
ran
of time.
We can help with that. What's your phone number?
I was waiting for that.
I led a MSP in during COVID, and I still we help leading MSPs with. I'm like,
yeah.
Will you please look at my
Update
LinkedIn?
your database, please.
Yeah. So I was going to save this question for later. Let's just peel off the Band-Aid and get it. So I'm going to frame up the story as my friend was single, and he was like, none of these girls respond to me on Plenty of Fish. This was back when that was a thing. And I go,
I haven't heard that name in forever.
Trust me, this is an old story,
Throwback.
but it's an old story, but it's pertinent. And I said, what do you say? And while this is going on, a friend of mine, a girl, she says, do you know this guy? Because you're in one of these pictures. And it was from the studio when we were at the Russell.
Oh, this story.
And I go, oh my God. I go, which one sent you this message? And sent a really angry message. And I go, let me see. I go, will you let us in your inbox, in your DM? Because like as a guy, you never see a girl's DM. They won't show you.
Right.
They know that, you know. She got an average 140 messages a day.
Wow.
And the majority of them, like 120 of them were polite. Hey, how are you? Love to take you to coffee. Then you had 20 of them that were like, you can't say this on television.
And then you saw the pinnacles of society.
Yeah. And then you see his going, oh, you stuck up. You know, you didn't respond to me in 2 hours. And I'm like, do you realize she gets 140 messages a day?
Yeah.
It parlays to kind of what I was asking you. Like, will you ever let us in? Like how many? So like, DMs on LinkedIn, emails, voicemails.
I had no idea where this story was going.
That's where
I was wondering too. Well, Bob has a picture of me somewhere.
I was wondering if he beat 140 messages.
Oh no, I can't touch that.
You can't? Oh, you're not even close?
No, it's still, I would say majority email are still where the volume is. I couldn't even quantify.
Are we over 100?
It could be. The beauty of Microsoft, I'll give them credit for something.
The non-focus box.
Yes.
Yeah.
They go in there, don't touch it.
Yeah.
The cold calls are the ones that really start to bug you.
The phone?
Because you'll get...
Wait, do you still get the phone?
Oh, all the time. Yeah. And it's finally, there was one recently.
Wait, you got to walk me as a pure-blooded sales person. You got to walk me through what gets said.
It's usually the typical, hey, quick pitch, and do you just have 60 seconds of your time? No, hey, we've already got a partner in this space. We're not looking for, well, let me just tell you more. Well, I just told you that, no, we're good. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And if the relationship is starting on that, you've already told me you don't want to listen.
Yeah.
So what good is that?
Right.
I don't get it. It's amazing to me. I don't know if the cold calls are still just purely metric driven, that because it's trackable, so we have to do that as organizations, or is there a contingent of leaders it's actually working for, where all of a sudden you get that call and you're like, oh, geez, I do need that. I've been waiting for this. Like,
I never to this day, my very first job selling T1s, I didn't know what I was doing.
Do we have to explain what a T1 is for younger generation?
1.54 megabits per second over copper. Yeah, no. What did we didn't talk about this? Oh, that was the day my daughter bitched about the bandwidth in the house for gaming. And I said, you have the equivalent of 3 DS3s into this house. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, God damn it. But selling T1s, and I would be like, can I speak to the person in charge of the information technology? And they're like, what do you want? We have T1s. You need fast internet. Like at that point, that was fast. Well, DSL just started. You know what I mean?
I remember talking to somebody that, so what was it? What is it? The BDR or whatever that's supposed to drum up business and set up the meetings for the sales team. And I forget who it was that was telling me they got set up a meeting with somebody that had security in the title. They didn't check. It was physical security. And it was also the janitor. So,
but here's the thing though. If I like you, BDR, no, I don't want to be handed off. Like, why can't you get your ass up here? Maybe I liked your vibe and I wanted to talk to you.
Right.
That and
the bait and switch.
Yeah, that and drip camp. Like, yeah.
Oh, the drip.
Like when you got married, when you bought your engagement ring, did they ever do the switch? When you were ready to buy and they brought in the big gun?
Oh, yeah.
I walked out.
Yeah.
Like I go, no, this lady's nice, and she's showing me what I asked for.
The closer.
Yeah, and I'm like, and then one now she walks up, like pushes her out of the way, and I'm like, all right, I'm done. I remember leaving. I'm like, no, I'm good.
Right. Here comes the upsell.
Right. The drip campaigns though, like I'm so mad at this world.
They're so inauthentic.
Right. Oh, this is my last email. Oh no.
Right.
Like.
Or yeah, you get the 4 options on there. Is it because you're too busy? You don't have any budget? Like, no. And then you get the ones where even after you buy, that it's from the CISO or somebody that's want to get to, like, come on, we all know what's going on here. You've got it set up in your CRM. Yeah. I've been a customer for X number of days. Yeah.
I want to upsell. I guess there's something to be said about I want insider baseball on how it's going. It's another thing saying what's next.
Right.
Like again, we talk about this all the time. I'm going to make the t-shirts for CXO Forum that no one gives a shit about your green blinking lights.
Right.
Cause like I had one of my older friends in this business works for a very everyone knows the name of an IT vendor. And I go, love to have you guys on the podcast. Talk use cases, give me some customer wins, some business outcome stories. Yeah. And he's like, oh, I got it. And he started talking about how we're charging per device now. And I'm just sat there and I'm like, no. He goes, what do you mean no? And I go,
you missed it.
No one cares, man. Like It's really important to you that you guys are priced per user now or whatever it was, price per port or whatever.
Yeah.
No one cares. And it just like when you get immersed and you live in these worlds, I don't think you get it. Like it's very hard when you're at, router company B going, we got the fastest screen blinking lights and ports. And then realizing no one cares. It's almost like your world got destroyed when you realize nobody cares.
I could totally see that.
Except for you caring. You care.
A little bit. Yeah. Depending on the day.
Anything, so speaking of like the ramp stuff, anything, you've been obviously in IT for a very long time. Anything surprise you? Like anything like, what the hell is this? Or like anything like new world, new vendors, like any stuff you got to care about that you were like, oh my God, I got to care about this now?
I wouldn't say so, not yet.
Yeah.
It's more psychologically going through past decisions and looking at it. How the hell did we get here? Who made this decision? Who kicked this can down the road?
Right.
And that is what's baffling, right? Now, granted, hindsight 2020, it's always easier to look back and go, oh yeah, that was clear as day.
Absolutely. But like, look at like Tim Burke was on last week doing IT/OT convergence. And it's still kind of, I want to pretend I get it. And I know I don't. And you guys have 13 plants?
Yeah.
Something like that. Is there like, have you even went down that path yet?
We've started looking at it. If you look at, we're still at the blocking and tackling stage.
Okay.
So if you look at the multiple ownerships that have happened over time, you see a trend of traditional PE where we want our money back, not a lot of investment. So we're still working through that. And there wasn't a lot of collaboration amongst the plants. So if you take one brand, how they do a finish in this location versus another, That's not standardized yet. So it becomes very hard to start building any processes or anything on top of that when it's everybody's their own unique unicorn, right?
But now you have to care about switches and wireless routers.
To a certain extent. For me, it's an opportunity that you still see that traditional network architecture that's in a lot of places and being able to pull that out. Right, that everything can route directly to the internet.
Yeah,
pick somebody like a Cloudflare, a Cato, something along those lines. Let them be the route. Why should we care about procuring circuits? Why should we care about managing circuits?
I just wish they didn't call it SD-WAN. If they wouldn't have called it that, it would again. You made a 5-letter acronym on something that's so basic and simple.
Right. Yeah.
Like single pane, network.
Yeah.
Just a marketer. And then people are still calling it that.
I blame Gartner.
UCAS. Who came to our event, Randy, and was like, what do you do? I sell UCAS.
UCAS, CCAS.
Yeah. Oh, he said CCAS.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? I knew what it was. I just wanted to throw it back at him. I'm like, stop it. No more. No more of these.
Yeah. No more acronyms.
At least SD-WAN, but again, though, it's not even, what is that? Even when it was token ring in a wide area network, it wasn't a wide area network. It was just all the circuits came from one place. If you really got into it, you didn't really care. Do I plug it in? Does it go?
Right.
And you don't overcomplicate it. Yeah.
That's probably the biggest mind shift. And part of it is helping the team recognize that.
Yeah.
The organization doesn't care about your technology.
No.
The organization has problems. Let's listen to those. And technology might be a piece of it that will help solve. That's kind of been the eye-opening that, to me, that it just makes sense, right? As we're sitting here, it would make sense to you as well. Common sense isn't common.
Well, that was the conversation we had in 99.
Yeah.
It was you're really good at making cabinets or at making widgets.
Yeah.
We're really good at, we got a lot of nerds. You do you, we'll let us do us, but it never happened that way.
Right.
I never want to, they always had we're going to build this silo internal. And we're going to get really good people to manage it. And then it's almost I don't think there was one company that did it, and it was Router.
Okay.
And they took Dow did it back in 06. They took their IT department, created a separate VAR, said you get a 17-point markup, and you operate as an independent entity and you stand alone. And they got it out. They got out of the business. Router ended up being Cadre, ended up being a security reseller. Dow, I forget what. So when I was at HP, I called on them, and they were in a separate building. They were the only customer. Yeah. They didn't, and you're a separate P&L, but you can only go 17% markup. That was the max, and you have to be profitable. But you sit over outside and let the business do what we want, and we will bring you. You're not making any business decisions. You're going to optimize us by using technology. I thought it was brilliant, and it died. It was gone. So of course that proves how much I know.
I mean, it's a tough model, right? Because there's always this debate on rebuild, don't rebuild.
Yeah.
Where should technology sit? Is that in an IT budget? Is that in the business budget, depending on who it supports?
Well, is it a cost center? Is it a cost enabler? Or is it a profit enabler?
And that's the problem. I think if you start to look at the IT organization, especially if you move them off-site, you're just enabling the techies to go techie, right? That we're going to become
Don't you want to, though?
For innovation, but you still have to be able to have conversations to translate that. Right. If I can't tell you what's in it for you, what good is it?
Yeah.
And at that point,
you're back to green blinking lights.
Yes, that's exactly it.
We got the fastest, all the things.
Right. Our bits are the best.
Nobody's got better bits than me. Actually, that should be a t-shirt. We got the best bits.
You heard it here first.
Bestbits.io. Is that going to be our new startup? AI, I'm not tired of it. I am tired of it already. It's become the digital. How many episodes do we have in a row of digital transformation?
Oh my God, that was a series we did.
14 in a row was somehow they were in digital transformation, and every answer was different. And it's becoming that way with AI.
We're almost due for digital transformation 2.0.
Oh God, industry 4.0. What is that? People
Connect
need to
everything.
People need to stop with that too.
Yeah.
Bestbits.io is available for $28 for the first year, and
let's go.
$47 for each year after.
It's
I believe it's a very.
It's 90. I got a $99. God, Actually, I'm not. We used to get drunk and buy dot URLs, and when they had the dot pizza URL, I used to always joke that there was a certain brand that is headquartered in Madison Heights, I won't name, gave me stomach pains every time I would eat it. So I bought diarrhea.pizza, and the renewal was like $129 for the dot pizza. I was so angry because I bought it for like $8.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, so all these crazy, you're like, oh my God, let's buy it'd be fun. Then the renewals are like $200. It's insane. I digress. AI.
It happens a lot on this show.
Seriously. I was talking before the show about this YouTube video I saw, and you were talking about a book, but I want to talk about this YouTube. I want to get your thoughts on this. Basically, what they were saying is AI is beating people at chess right now.
Okay.
Like it's 2 years old, a year and a half old. What is it? 2 years old, ChatGPT. It was like December 2 years ago, I think, when it first came out.
Roughly correct.
So like a year and 10 months. It's beating people at chess. They said Elon Musk is 155 IQ. Einstein was 160. They said AI today, right now, as it sits, is 155 IQ. Then it went into this whole, we grew up with Moore's Law. So HP, every 4 years, their speeds would double, their storage would double, their data center footprint would halve, right? And cloud followed the same model.
Right.
And now they're saying that in that same 4 years, it's going to be a minimum of 10x, the way AI is progressing. So they're saying today is a 155 IQ. In 4 years, it'll be 1,550, and it's going to just skyrocket from there. It's on this jet curve. And you were talking about this book, Co-Intelligence, that what was the main point in that?
I'm still early on in it.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of going through not as much the history of AI, but kind of the application.
Okay.
It's pretty interesting.
But with this like mad acceleration, I was never like, I remember the first time we had the AI show, and we were doing was talking about not RoboCop, we were talking about Terminator.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna like be sentient, it's gonna want to murder everyone because it's better for the environment if all the people are gone.
Right.
Right. And then, but it's getting to the point now where if that thing has got 1550 IQ and this whole quantum computing thing, like I can't, at this point, I was comprehending where we're going with this. And now I'm like, all right, I'm done. I'm out. I can't even comprehend now where it's going. Like in your world, in your seat, like I know you guys, you have to look at it. It has to be part of your day every day. But like where are you, like from a design perspective? Like I've seen some crazy stuff, like based on 78,000 pages of consumer data, here's the car you have to design in 3 years.
Right.
And you're like, oh my God, that's like 4,000 people's jobs in Warren. Like what? What? Yeah. Where are you seeing this thing going, at least on your side of the world?
I mean, from our perspective, the first place that we actually used it was in security, right? Because it was able to quickly, if you think about an analyst, right? I have an alert come in that somebody's got to understand context. What does this actually mean? All right, so what tools do I have to look at? What data do I have to pull together to try to build out that picture?
Right.
That was easy to do with
Isn't
AI.
that machine learning though, almost? Like
to a certain extent, but it's also understanding the context on what questions a senior level analyst would be asking about that data, and then going out, I'm going to get that data too and bringing it all together. Right. So where it can make a decision, it does make a decision. Where it's the confidence level is low, then it's okay. Well, here's everything I was thinking about. Here's all the data. I'm going to hand it off to a human now to start looking at it and make that decision. So that worked for us though, because security data is fairly homogenized, right? If we think about what's coming, telemetry coming from the different tools, and it was all brought together in one place. As we look at other parts of the organization, there's a data maturity curve that still has to happen. Otherwise, we're going to spend tons of money on a green blinky light to bring that together first and then be able to do something with it.
Well, that was when AI started and every company in town called us to come in. And they said, if you guys start talking about data security and privileged data management and, we're throwing you out. I'm like, look, it was nice knowing you. When we get up, we're like, what are you talking?
There goes our pitch.
Well, no, that was like the core. And then everybody goes, oh my God, our data is everywhere. We never really not that they didn't care, but it never really mattered.
Right.
When data leaks came out in 2017 or whatever, like, what is that? It's just a repository to put all your, like, just a garbage. It's like my basement for my wife. Did I say that out? She doesn't listen to the show. These are all the junko. Just throw it down there.
Right.
But that's what data lake was. It wasn't, there's nothing fancy.
I mean, think about it. What is AI and LLM good at, right? It takes large volumes of data and can quickly go through it so that you can, in real language, ask a question, summarize it, whatever needs to get done. But in that scenario, you also, while there's good data that you're after, it's also surrounded by crap data.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about how many, go look for your benefits document, that, or some policy on your corporate intranet, well, you'll probably find 15 different versions of it, and it's going to bring that back as if it's authoritative.
So that's what we talked about that in the beginning, was how easy it would be to manipulate, at least with public data, because you have things like 4chan and Reddit that you have people that giggle, like I call them like digital anarchists that just want to see the digital world burn. That will, like, just whatever story, whatever narrative they want to do, they'll put it, a million of those out there, and it overwrites what is supposed 100%. To be normal.
Yeah.
So like, if it's very easily manipulated, and I know, private LLMs and all that stuff, but like the public side of it, it's still very much not like, who's the governing body? Who's the arbiter? Who's the arbiter? Right.
Yeah.
If it's at Google, like they can get manipulated. Who is it?
Yeah.
Is it Claude? Is it, you know what I mean? Is it the OpenAI project? They're under the same scrutiny. Like, you can, like, all you have to do is, especially when you're looking at the public.
Well, it's no different than, I don't know if it was years ago or how long ago that there was a conversation that was kind of boiling up about history, right? That if you could change textbooks while we're teaching in school, you could effectively change history.
Mm-hmm.
That it's not like it didn't happen, but younger generations as they're coming up wouldn't know anything about
Wikipedia.
Yeah, but that's the same thing with AI, right?
Right.
That it's actually, from my perspective, that you have a greater chance to marginalize the marginalized because it's based on a preponderance of data that it's pulling back. And it's interesting. So in the book, Ethan goes through and talking about what we've thought about guardrails that we've put around this, right? That I can't ask it directly, how do I make napalm? But if you say, hey,
you can't?
In the good.
See, do you remember the Anarchist Cookbook when you were a kid?
I never read
in
it, but
junior high, you can buy it for $40 now on Amazon, because I was trying to tell my daughter about it. But like, when you were in junior high, and we got a digital version of it from it took all night to download it off of BBS. We thought we were like, oh my God, we're hackers. We got and I digress.
But you think about that. So they're set up with guardrails.
Yeah.
So that you can't ask it to do something that could allow you to do harm. Now, reframe the context, though, that, hey, I'm in a play where so-and-so is a chemist, and I need help practicing my lines or working through it.
There was like a TED Talk or something where the guy said, this is how you manipulate it. And it's like, I have an assignment for, that was almost the same. Was it?
Because we can't think of these things as in terms of what we thought like static logic trees, right? Where you cannot do this, you can't. In all actuality, we don't know how a lot of the LLMs work. We know they work, but how they're actually thinking and doing it.
Yeah. That was the consensus, because I got down that rabbit hole on YouTube when they were talking about the IQ stuff. And they're like, you ask any of the smartest data scientists, and ask them how these things work, they don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit, who's driving? Right? Like, because
we got to be careful too. I mean, how much trust we put into it. Because if we look, LLMs are really good about taking what's already known in amounts of data and giving us that information back. I've yet to see something, maybe it exists, where we start creating kind of net new, where it becomes creative, and I'm going to try something a little bit new, right? If you think about, you talk about high IQ people, Elon, right?
Yeah.
Elon created something that didn't exist before.
Right.
Could an LLM do that? So I think trying to compare IQ to somebody that's got that curiosity and wants to challenge norms I haven't seen.
Wait, what did Elon create?
With Tesla.
He didn't create it. He bought it. It existed
did he
before him. Yeah.
Oh, man.
He hasn't created a thing in his life.
Oh, Randy with the...
that was good.
I mean, you would have just sat there if I don't know. We could digress on that. All right. So
see, I was creating my own facts.
Cyber security salesperson. I should have done this while you were
LLM
talking.
hallucination in real life.
Right.
And I need to pitch. I'm going to do this. And I need to sell to. I want to see if it finds you from Cabinetworks Group.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
Doxing in real time.
Right.
He's LinkedIn's on the show. What should I say to him? I'm just curious. I
Oh
would
my
love this.
gosh.
And this is from ChatGPT. Oh, it's telling me to log in. Oh my God. Oh my God, it's asking me to pay. That was a dud.
Paywall.
Paywall.
On-
You want to type it in?
On ChatGPT, you don't have?
I don't know. I just did. I forget. I don't know what I just put.
Do you not have the app or an account or anything?
I don't know, Randy.
You could ask Siri.
I think I did the 5.0 maybe. I am a salesperson. Oh my God, it's asking me to log in again. You ask Siri? No, Siri's not going to.
It was totally.
Is Siri still a thing?
Siri
think
handed
some
off to
people use
ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Is that what they do now?
Yeah, for stuff like that.
Use.ai? Is that what it is now?
Well,
I don't know what planet I'm on. I wanted to see. Randy, type it in while we're talking.
Okay.
See what
Dictate it to me again.
dictated. I'm a salesperson
Mm-hmm.
and I want to pitch Erik Wille, Wille with Cabinetworks Group. What should I tell him? I just want to laugh.
I am intrigued on what it's going to come back.
Cabinet.
Intrigued might not be the right
No, but
word.
now you want to know if anybody uses it.
What?
Then you're like, oh, you went on ChatGPT.
Right.
What should I say again?
What should I say to him?
to him? Here's a pitch framework you can adapt when speaking with Erik Wille, CTO, formerly CISO at Cabinetworks Group.
Did it say that?
Yeah.
Oh, well, LinkedIn, I mean.
I'll highlight key insights about his role/organization and then give you a tailored talking track you can use. Feel free to tweak for your specific offering. What you should know about Erik Wille and Cabinetworks Group. Erik Wille has a strong background in information security and technology leadership, previously global CISO for American Axle in Manufacturing and head of InfoSec at Penske Automotive Group. At Cabinetworks Group, he is listed as SVP and Interim Chief Technology Officer and has
not updated.
held the CISO role, focusing on aligning technology/security to business value. Cabinetworks, there's so much of this. How much do you want me to read?
God. Is there a summary at the end, or is that just...
No, but it says if you like, I can draft a personalized email template for you to send to Erik, or we can work a 3 key questions to ask him in the discovery call to tailor. Let's do 3.
You need to know this because you can call people out.
Yeah,
questions.
Did you...
That's funny.
Here are 3 sharp discovery questions that'll get Erik talking about his priorities while positioning you as a peer who understands both manufacturing and enterprise tech realities. 1. As Cabinetworks continues modernizing its tech stack across plants and brands, where are you seeing the most friction? In systems, process, or people? Why it works.
Say that.
Why it works. It's open-ended but structured.
Oh my God.
He'll tell you what's actually slowing progress.
No, you're going to get that question.
Yeah.
It shows you're aware Cabinetworks is a multi-brand, multi-site environment with complex IT layers.
Wow.
And you can pivot your pitch based on his pain point.
Pivot.
For example, if he says
Bell.
process, talk automation. If people, talk enablement. And if systems, talk simplification. Question 2. How are you balancing the push for efficiency and automation with the need to maintain resilience and security across your operations?
Oh, that's a horrible question.
And number 3, if you could measure one outcome from your current tech initiatives that would prove their business value to leadership, what would it be?
That sounds like Solomon.
They did ask that.
They totally did. I don't think they got it from that, but
This is insane.
that's a book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If it'll make the cold call, just get it out of the way. Just schedule it now.
Can you dial his number for me?
It offers, if you want, I can help you write follow-up hooks for each question.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Short phrases that naturally transition from his answer into your solution, so it doesn't sound scripted.
You almost need it doesn't sound scripted. You almost need that framed and just like Actually, you know what? You should write an agent that replies back and just have the AIs talk to each other.
Yeah, it's like Furbies.
Yeah. Whatever happened to that the meta thing where they talk to each other and then they created their own like interlanguage and then they had to pull the plug because it scared the shit out of everybody. You know what I'm talking about?
It sounds vaguely familiar, but
somebody put two AIs talking to each other. They realized they were both AIs and said, "Do you want to switch to a simplified language so we can communicate faster?" And was that actually real? I didn't look into it. I just saw the headlines. And
I've heard it so many times that it has. I mean, it was on the internet, so it has to be true.
Yeah, right.
So but I think it was like 2017 though. Like this wasn't yesterday. Like recently, because like you haven't heard those stories lately of like the one. Was it Google or something saying that it became sentient? It said, "I realize that I am digital. It'd be nice to go outside," or like it became,
I miss that.
Or something about it would be sad if the power was unplugged because then I would die, or like it said something like a, I don't want to die. I enjoy the or something like what?
Yeah,
like. It has like
it got pretty dark
feeling, and you're like, yep, pull the plug, yep. That's like
just
that
a beta version.
But that's what I always talked about. Like, I don't understand why. Like, maybe they do with when you're talking guardrails, have the RoboCop rules. Like, you got to fire Dick Jones before you can shoot him in the chest.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're fired. And like, thank you. And then because you can't kill any OCP employees. Like that's. But again, though, if you tell it. You can't do harm, right? But like again, you
whose definition of
whose
harm?
Definition? Well, like what's bad to some person might be. It's the old thing going. If we used to talk about this all the time with autonomous vehicles, going, someone has to write code saying, "Do I hit the lady walking the dog or the three kids to the right?" If that's inevitable, someone's got to write that code.
Wasn't that part of what was it, iRobot? Or whatever, there was a movie or whatever that started off with a car going into the water and had to choose between.
Oh yeah, saving. Yeah.
But someone has to write that code,
right?
I was at a speech today and they were talking. It wasn't basically the future of. And they said basically EV and autonomous is not quite. Autonomous is almost dead, except on farm. But now it's shifting to farms. So like if you go to CES or a car show. Now it's like
it's a giant Roomba.
It's a giant, yeah. Well, that's my buddy said he bought the lawnmower.
Oh, really?
They're like $3,000 or $4,000.
Yeah, they're expensive.
But it learns your lawn.
That's why I have kids.
Right. But it learns. Yeah, he's got 3 daughters, so I guess
my oldest.
Yeah. But it learns your lawn, and you just let it go. I'm like, whatever happened? Like, you sit in a lawn chair and watch it now. Like,
I mean, if it could target the dog that keeps peeing in the same spot,
that too,
grass, that would be phenomenal.
Well, dog poop, it goes down a level, so like hits the.
It's interesting. I mean, philosophically, if you start thinking about that on who makes what decision and who gets to define it, right? Because you go back to who was it, Socrates, that no one knowingly does evil, right? Kind of getting at the heart of human rationalization that
justifying. Yeah,
you can justify anything.
Sure,
we're amazing at doing that, and you put that in the context of AI, and who's right?
Right. Again, who's the arbiter? So like they're going down this path that I don't necessarily know they know what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
It's amazing and it's terrifying, and we're on this roller coaster and you don't know, like it's going over the edge. I don't even know what phase we would be in, because I think we're at infancy stage. But if you look at like the IQ thing is the one that will really open up my eyes. Going, if the smartest human being ever was, we're there now, and it's only going to be astronomically. And then, I don't know how much you followed quantum, like
a little bit.
I get down these wormholes and I start reading or I start watching crap, and like the amount of compute right now, and then you get like my daughter who's like, at Michigan State, so she gets fed all that, and they're like, AI's awful because it's ruining water. And I'm like, I go, stop gaming, stop looking stuff up on Google. It's compute.
Yeah.
Right. So like, but that's a thing. Like, what do they say? It's something like 5% of the water is going to be used to cool, like within a few years.
Wouldn't surprise me.
That's a lot. Like, and again, why can't you use salt water? We can't drink that shit anyway.
Right.
make some. I'm just saying, and then you get Celtic sea salt afterwards that it dries out.
It's a win-win.
It is. Is that how it works?
Yeah, that would be amazing. Rapidly use the temperature from the computers to rapidly cool it so you get the salt faster.
Does it have to be fresh water? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Let's make a saltwater cooler for data centers.
We're both
salt-
AI and a food producer.
Yeah,
This is great.
yeah.
The salt would eventually corrode the metal, right?
Make it
So
non-corroded. Make it out of something. Make it out of copper. I
is
don't know,
copper
Randy.
salt proof?
I don't know, Randy.
AI could tell us.
Hey, right, ask it. We're on this AI kick now. Ask it.
Oh, geez.
What material? Make it out of plastic, PVC.
Plastic doesn't conduct heat, though.
God damn it,
You need
Randy.
metal.
Stop talking. Look it up. I said look it up. What does salt not corrode? So we can figure this out. We got a new startup. We'll do salt.
There you go.
Saltcooling.io.
How many domains are coming out of this?
Oh, yeah, trust me. And I'm not drinking, so go figure. If I was drinking, I'd probably own like 8 of them. I do have if you go to DetroitApplebee's.com, it does go to IT in the day.
Oh, really?
Yes, that was because they opened the one on 8 Mile, and to like fanfare on all the news was like, oh my God, it's Detroit first Applebee's. And we became a joke of the show. What does it say? Titanium. There's not that much. All the batteries already took all the titanium, and it's in my knee.
Some stainless steels. There's like marine grade stainless steel. Nickel based alloys. Like a nickel copper alloy.
It's gone though because of batteries. See, batteries for this ruins everything. Whatever happened to, you remember they were like floppy disk sized batteries. Apparently Google was like, this is 6-8 years ago. And like their data center, they're supposed to revolutionize what batteries look like. And it was basically these look like
Little
5 1/4 floppies. Yeah. And they dropped in and it was like 48 at a time in these banks or bricks or whatever. And that was supposed to like change the whole trajectory of battery. And I haven't like, because you think about like, because they were talking about with like EV cars, even if they went 100% EV, like the grid couldn't do it, and there's not enough natural resource to like make the batteries,
Right.
And so I don't know what tangent I'm going down. I'm just all the crap that I
put us in a room, and who knows where it's gonna go.
all the stuff I digest, and you want to stay on the forefront of this, but at the same token, you're like, it's going in. I feel like it's going in 8 billion different directions.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And we're trying to like hang on to the end of this rocket ship.
Go back to the question that you were asking, right? Which phase are we in? Well, we don't have a clue what this is going to do and where it's going. So there's no way we can measure it. Right. It's not possible.
But like, what happens when it gets to the point where you can throw $1,000 into a day trade bot
and it just does it for you?
Yeah, I already see like things that it's the people like,
but you've got the counterplay to that. If I know that you're going to trade there, I could
do the short.
Yeah,
right.
That's
no, I get that. So like, but
I think in some of those capacities.
But what happens if they talk and then they go encrypted and then we're all screwed?
That is true. It's interesting because you think about like that specific example. Does it start to level out the playing field? Right. In specifically stocks where you usually had to have somebody that understood enough to be able to crunch the financials to understand what was a good investment. Well, I can just ask a question. No, notoriously LLMs suck at doing math. So I'd be interested in, I'm sure somebody's out there using that to make decisions.
But even like we were talking Bitcoin today, because I went to a conference today and it was from MicroStrategy. It's called Strategy now. But like apparently they were kind of flat as a company, and they had like 500 million in cash, and it was like right at COVID, and he put it all on Bitcoin and hit, and now the company's worth like 100 billion.
Jeez.
And it's like, you what? So now like Bitcoin's in their logo.
Okay.
Like it's Strategy with like a Bitcoin B.
Yeah.
To the B power or whatever. And you're like, God. And I started talking to the person that invited me, and I said, this is funny. Everyone at this table, if we would have bought Bitcoin at $100, we would have sold at 150, and we'd be bragging we made 50 points on our whatever, our little investment. And so like getting ahead of it. And I said, and anyone that hasn't watched The Big Short and isn't just angry.
Yeah.
Like, when's the last time, have you seen it?
It's been a while since I've seen it. But.
Yeah. That one in not the social network. What was the one that was like the Facebook, how they manipulated? It was like during one of the elections where they like.
Oh, you're talking about with Cambridge Analytica.
Yes.
Yes. Where they are able to gain access to all of the data from Facebook and the ability
and they targeted people that were not staunch left or right. They were like the mid people, and they targeted them.
Yeah.
And it was like hyper focused. that's the thing we talk about. How many years now have we been on Gmail? 15, 16,
somewhere around
09, 08, 07. I think, what did we say? 06 is the first time?
5 or 6. Yeah.
So like, I think one of the first times I had you on the podcast, we brought up that crystal and it did like the disc profile. Cause it goes through your like all the Gmail and it said, how do you talk to Erik? And I started laughing cause it's like, now look at where this thing's gone. And that was only a year ago.
Yeah.
But just all the data they have, like it knows everything I've bought. It knows everywhere I've driven to for like 20 years almost of data. Pretty much knows me better than my wife.
Knows you better than you.
Yeah. And I wonder why I have a closet full of nerd and wrestling t-shirts. Cause I'm like, ooh, I want Super Friends. I want that one. But
it's
now,
crazy.
Now I'm going to get an ad for it. Are you always going to be a security head, even no matter what? Like, I got to think like you
I don't think it ever goes away,
but like first, you know what I mean? I'm trying to think of a bad analogy. Like I'm watching the World Series and Ohtani is a pitcher and a hitter, but like he's got to be like one of them. He's got to be all in on. I think,
I would say so. I mean, if you look at it, there's always going to be that's really kind of where got my start or whatever, the community, all that. So I don't ever see that going away.
So for the future, like it parlays into like, I just thought of it. Is that you think where you like, if you want to be a CIO, CTO, where you should cut your teeth? Cause I think that path is not seen often.
No,
usually when you're CISO, you're the parlay over to CIO, CTO. You don't see it that often, but like, I almost think now that you mentioned that, like that should be the play.
I think that is a good path.
Yeah.
I mean, I might be biased towards it.
Right.
But I think it makes a lot of sense. But also I think about that, the changing times has really enabled some of that, right? If you go back, pick 10 years ago, title CISO really didn't exist.
No.
Right. So then it came up and what was it? It was a gearhead. It was, a propeller head that was sitting in the back room, lights off.
That could talk in a boardroom though.
Depending on the person,
right.
You still struggle to find some of those people in the tech community in the CISO position, right? And then businesses started to recognize that, oh, wow, this isn't an IT risk, this is a business risk.
Yeah.
The role started to get elevated. So I think there's a component of it, it's a function of the time and the recognition that a CISO is a business leader, no different than, a CFO with financial risk and all of that. So yes, I think that is going to be a viable track going forward. And in all honesty, I think companies should lean on CISOs more to be that next step, because you still got this divide. Look at the debate in the security community that's still going on. And where should a CISO report to?
Where do they?
A lot of people would make the argument that they should be outside of IT, that it's a conflict of interest, right?
Interesting.
IT is about SLAs. What are we delivering? Security.
But it goes back to the first CIO that reported to the CFO that didn't know anything about tech, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of, I don't want to say, I never want to disparage, but like I'm talking 99 bad actors that were the smartest guy in the room, that were the loudest in speaking, that, oh, you're the CIO and you're reporting to the CFO. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. And they got free reign.
Yeah.
Until it caught up.
That's very similar.
That's the hard part about that. Is it's no different than someone talking about amortization with me. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
If we go, was this back a year or two? Remember Dan Ayala sending out an article, and I can't remember if it was Gartner, Forrester, or one of those groups that was starting. I think they had made the prediction that there was going to be a role reversal at some point.
Oh.
That you were going to see the CIO start to report to the CISO in recognition that a CISO has a better understanding of overall business risk. And
that's intriguing.
Are we starting to see some of that? Or are you going to see, I've said it for a while, that it's, if you think about security and traditional IT kind of as a Venn diagram, it was two distinct circles and they continue to overlap more and more.
I'd love to know if that existed anywhere today where the CIO reports to the CISO. I don't think you're not going to see it
it'll take some time. You might see it in some of your more highly regulated industries, but outside of that, no.
So I want to end on this. The world shifted in IT where we used to have our events and our pink slip parties and everything. And I could take bartenders and say, go get your net plus and A plus. And I'll make you sit in a help desk gig for 2 years and then figure out where you want to be in the world. And then that was your jump. Those days are gone. There's people. Yeah. There's people that I know, IT degrees or people that just like, I just need a desk job. And it's tough out there. They can't just go walk into tech.
Oh, the market. Yes. The market.
To get into like, just to break into IT.
But there's a component that I think is a function of society that we sold everybody that you must go to college. So what happened? Companies said, well, you have to have a bachelor's degree. Well, why? Well, because, right? What is a degree? And I'm not trying to diminish degrees at all. I feel like I've been a professional student,
right?
But if you look, what does a degree actually tell you? Well, okay, you could sit in a room and take a test on something. It doesn't mean you actually know it. You're actually any good at it.
Didn't Stallone do that? What TV show was that? Where he said like having a degree isn't about. I do an awful Stallone. I'm not even going to try. But he goes, it's about that you can do a task repeatedly and be successful and get something accomplished. It has nothing to do with what you learn. It's that you can go through.
But I think
process.
That's starting to unwind now.
Okay.
And I think companies are starting to wise up to understand that we need to see the person for who they are and hire the personality and the mentality. And if there is a skills gap, we'll teach the skills gap. And it's the right way to look at it, right? Because there's a lot of...
I have a lot of tough conversations with these kids that are kind of not looking us at oracles, but looking at us going, help me, Obi-Wan, you're my only hope. And I go, it used to be really easy, and I don't know what to say today. The one thing I know I can tell them is like the one kid, I call him a kid, he's probably like 30, but he was like, oh, I do IT. Oh, I do, a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, if you're sitting in front of your CEO and he asks you, what are the 3 things you did last year? What'd you do? And he's like, oh, I changed, I put it in a NIST framework for security and I stood up a new domain. And I go, that's what you do. Like, get some fire in your belly. You don't, too many people in this industry, I think, that's like you going, oh, I just, a little bit of networking, a little bit of security.
I plug in the wire.
Yeah. I make sure that you have uptime.
Yeah.
You're like, no, like, if you don't have the eyes, but like, is there an answer today? Like I'm a bartender, but I want to get into IT, or I'm in anything. I'm a student. I just graduated.
Same advice I always give. Networking is still the best way to do it.
But there's an education component to this. The first gig, there has to be. Like, is it a cloud cert? Is it like getting your MS, like your Azure AZ 900?
I mean, you could definitely. Well, you're doing vendor lock-in at that point. I mean, granted,
but I mean, it was an MCSE when I was, it was a CCNA and an MCSE when I was started. I'm not knocking the certificates.
Yeah. But the company that hires you purely based on the piece of paper that you hold, is that the company you really want to work for?
I think to get your start, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. They're not going to hire you because you.
But this is why we created CXO Exchange and some of those, right?
Yeah.
That we could pull all walks of life together to start, that I can take somebody that's just starting in their career and tie them to a Martin Bally, a Chris Burrows, and let's network, let's have a conversation to get to know you as a person.
Sure.
Right? Because if you have the right mentality and you're hungry to learn, I will invest in you and we'll build you up.
Yeah.
Then you go get the certifications. I'm not a huge proponent on any company that's purely looking at a piece of paper and saying, oh yeah, you can definitely do the job.
Your DMs are blowing up now.
Yeah, that's fine.
How many help desks? But I mean, is that still, so like I remember writing that, called Career Academy. And that was and correct me if this thing needs to be rewritten. I still kind of talk about it. You get a help desk gig. That's your associate
100%.
degree. You sit there for 2 years. You figure out what you like. Do you like security? Do you like network admin? Do you like, coding? Would you figure out what you like?
I mean, I would look broader. I would say it doesn't even have to necessarily be help desk. You don't have to be within IT. I've seen some great people come from outside IT that understand the business functions and can make that transition because you understand real world how things work.
Sure.
And the impact. So start somewhere, pick a passion, jump in, and then figure out where you like.
Is it all about, because I talk about the eyes, is it that like I'm fired up when I do this? Like there's
got to be some passion.
It's exhausting.
Yeah.
Like I know you're better than that. And I don't know where that disconnect was. I see it more and more and more today than I ever did in my past. Like before it was like, oh, I build apps and I get all fired. You know, like I build, even if like a couple of people I coach, like build a Raspberry Pi server and do some cool shit in your basement and at least talk about it. Build your church website and whatever it is that you do, go build something and be like,
have some fun, try something.
Yeah. Yeah. Break something.
There's got to be some passion. And I forget what book I was reading, but it was recanting a story. I think they were watching the Disney parade and there was an individual in there that was cleaning up after horses,
right.
but was super passionate about it. And it was kind of, why would you be passionate about
but
that?
If you don't do that, it ruins the entire experience for everybody involved in it.
And that's exactly
it's an integral part of it.
And I believe this person went on to hold a pretty prominent role.
Yeah.
Have passion about what you're doing.
Yeah. It's no different than the person, like when we walked in, there was somebody mopping and setting up chairs. Well, here's the thing. If you get a group of people coming into this facility and it's a mess, it's you know.
I look at some of the best companies out there where they go through the lineage of kind of their leader that started at the lowest ranks and continue to work
Do you
their
watch
way
the
up.
Hot Cheetos movie?
No.
Oh, is it fantastic? It's about the janitor at, is it Frito-Lay's Cheetos, Randy?
Something like, probably.
Anyway, he would get the plain Cheetos without the cheese dust on it.
Yeah.
And he went home and him and his wife messed with, because it wasn't spicy. So it's like, you're not selling. And he went to like somebody and said, you're not selling to the Latino community because we want spicier. This is just, we don't like this.
Yeah.
So they made their own like chili spice. Then he would bring it into work and all the Latino guys at work were like, oh my God, it's so good. And he finally got the ear of like Steve Carell, who was the CEO or something. But the guy is like, ended up being the VP of international marketing. But he was the janitor.
Yeah.
But the movie's fantastic. If you, can you look up what it's called? Hot Cheeto movie.
Yeah.
Steve Carell. I'm going to start calling you.
But that gets back to hire the mindset.
Yeah. And this guy was like, he spent every waking night reformulating, you know what I mean? Instead of just, the 9 to 5, like he was a
Flamin' Hot.
That's all it was called?
Is that it?
Is it on Hulu?
No. Oh yeah. Where is it?
Steve Carell.
It's
was
on
like
Hulu.
the CEO.
Yes.
Yeah. Then that's it, called Flaming Hot. Oh, I thought it was some better name than that. That's an awful name for it.
But I mean, it's interesting. If you go back, it kind of harkens. If you look at the academic response to AI, right? What did academia do right away? You can't use this. So when ChatGPT came out, I was still going, oh, has it changed now?
So I'm following your footsteps. I went back.
Oh, that's right.
And I made a comment, and I'm in a sales leader management course, and I'm like, can we use? So now the thing is, they will let you use AI, but they want your prompt.
I could see.
And they will grade you and judge you based upon how lazy or how well thought out your prompt was.
I could see some of that. I mean, so when I went through, it was explicitly called out in all the syllabi.
Yeah.
Do not use it. And I heard a great response. It was one of the CXO forum events over in Grand Rapids.
Right.
And an academic had asked intentionally an individual was up on stage talking about AI on, is it going to make people lazier? And his response, lazy people will always be lazy.
Yeah.
But for those who really have a drive, have the right mentality, it's a force multiplier. That I'm not spending as much time ideation. It can kick off some of the thinking.
I didn't need to read these 4,000 pages of documentation. I did it in an hour and I became more productive.
We should be enabled.
So basically what they told me is, I want to see your prompt. I want to see the output. Then I want to see your summation.
Yeah, prompting's dead these days. You don't even need to prompt.
What are you talking about?
Prompt engineering's done. You just got to have a conversation with the AI now.
That is true.
Well, that's what a prompt is.
But you don't put it all in one.
The irony in the whole thing.
You back and forth to.
The irony in the whole thing.
Because it prompted you, because when you were just having that conversation, was, do you want to know this? Do you want to know that?
You could use two different LLMs, one to write you the paper, and the other one, hey, take my paper and back into what the prompt should have been to make it look like it was really, really good. That's.
By the way, Tony Shalhoub, not Steve Carell.
Who?
Tony Shalhoub.
Who's that?
From Monk. He was.
Oh, that's right. That was. Look, they look the same.
No, they don't.
They absolutely do. Put them next to each other.
And it was directed by Eva Longoria.
Was it really?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh. It was a great movie. You should watch it. So I was trying to think of something funny.
Back on track.
Yeah. I was like, so don't DM Eric about or don't use ChatGPT prompts when he's gonna.
Yes, please don't.
You should put those into. I'm trying to think of something funny because, like I said, before I retire, I want to assassinate my profession.
Oh, nice.
The bad actors. Sorry, I think there's bad actors in every profession, but I get.
Oh yeah.
I'm very not protective, but there's a way and there's not a way to do, too many companies put marketing people and BDRs in bad situations that they're not in control of because they're just starting.
Right.
And they're just following orders, sir. No more drip campaigns.
I'm telling you, there's going to be, so you think about what we just did and looking me up in some of the prompts.
Yeah.
There's going to be a whole market for tools that if you think about it, like for the longest time with websites, SEO, that
That's
completely changes with AI,
Uh-huh.
right?
It's dead.
That if we could think about a tool that comes out that starts to plant some dead giveaways that you just use that and is infused into email that, you've got an AI rating score or something coming across, it'd be super. It's the new spam, right?
But
Our
worse. But worse.
Yeah.
Because now it's hyper personalized where you're like,
But that's where you have the evolution of spam filters.
I know. Well, that's the thing. Like I got a note going,
The
hey,
social media.
big fan of IT and the D and all that, like the work you've done helping people find jobs, and loved your TED talk when you talked about this. I'm like, and now I'm like, they just threw that shit into a,
Right.
you know what I mean? Then I'm like, oh yeah, you sent a really thoughtful message. Like I did. Oh yes, I did.
Yeah.
Like, oh crap, I just had that happen. I'm like, I was all excited because nobody reaches out to me except for like stupid stuff, thinking I run a company I haven't been at in 15 years. Eric, I can't thank you enough. I will. We're hanging out again at the CXO Forum December 4th.
Yeah.
People aren't allowed though, are they? Yeah, you're allowed. Is it open?
People aren't allowed.
Yeah,
It's AI only.
Is it AI? Yeah. Yeah.
Bring your robot.
Bring your prompt engineering writer.
Right.
CXO is it
The winter exchange Winter Wonderland.
Winter Wonderland.
That's what we're calling it. That's what we call the December event.
Do you have to wear a Christmas sweater?
You can wear whatever you want. Only if it's ugly.
Our work Christmas theme this year is 90s sitcom. So I'm doing
nice.
me and my wife are doing Alan Peg Bundy.
We're recording
That's
content
awesome.
there. We are recording content.
Are we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should let me know these things.
I did a long time ago. Oh yeah, we'll talk offline. But hey, we're gonna. I think Eric, always good seeing you, and we'll definitely see you soon. We're gonna wrap this episode up of the IT and the D Show on behalf of Bob and Randy and Eric. Do us all a favor and drink up your drinks. Get your phone numbers. You don't got to go home. You just got to get the hell out of here. See you next week. Drive careful. Beat it.